Sometimes I hear, why are card making companies coming out with holiday supplies now? And I wanted to give you a little inside look as to why. Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Keppel, and in today's video, I'll be sharing a whole bunch of July holiday Spellbinders collections. And the reason that they come out so early is because lots of card makers want to create all of their holiday cards that they send to all of their friends, family, colleagues, all of that. And it's impossible to do that if we start in December. And you want to make sure that you have your favorite supplies in hand before you get started making your holiday cards. So let's jump right into the card making, and we'll talk a little bit more about timelines and what I like to do. And we'll check out several different collections from Spellbinders that feature lots of different holiday designs. We'll start off here putting together the Spectacular Bear from Spellbinder's Spectacular Christmas Collection. It's called Spectacular because everybody's wearing spectacles, and it's just such a cute collection. I love this bear so much. But while we're creating this bear, I just wanted to go into a little more depth about shipping times and weather and all the things that kind of get involved in the reason that companies start making and shipping their holiday supplies now. So I don't know. I always felt like when I saw in stores Halloween coming out so early when I was still trying to enjoy the summer, I didn't get it, honestly. I thought this is just trying to rush everybody through everything, and then Christmas was out next, and it never sat well with me until I became a card maker. And the thing about card makers is now I know people who make, say, 200 holiday cards. If you started in December, there's no way you'd be able to do that, right? But the other thing is, the reason that the supplies start shipping now is because you never know what's going to happen. The world is a little bit of a crazy place, and shipping especially can be impacted. And especially when it's far away. So talking about, the United States international neighbors and things like that, you just never know how shipping is going to go. The other thing that can impact it if you wait too long is the weather. Now, I know right now I can't even imagine that it's ever going to be cool again here. Like, it is so hot. But honestly, all over the world, there are going to be storms, snowstorms, all kinds of things, and they start popping up pretty early in the year. So if your very favorite supplies that you've purchased very late in the game get stuck in a snowstorm somewhere, you're going to be really unhappy. So all that to say that my recommendation is to get started now. And I know it seems a little crazy, but if you have time from your outdoor activities, I don't get to go out very much because it is so hot here. But if you are going out and about, but you have some time in the evenings to just relax and make some cards, it's a really good time to grab your favorite supplies, the things that you're really looking forward to creating holiday cards with this year, and to just start making some, because you will be so happy when it comes to holiday time to know that your cards are either mostly or all created ahead of time. This way, you can kind of just enjoy the season. Let me just go back to the video for a second here. These little spectacles can have antler ears, or they can have little Christmas trees. They're so cute. So the bear also has a little scarf, and you saw that the hands or the paws were die cut, and that is so that the bear can hold items like this adorable cupcake. This is definitely one of my favorite collections this year, so I'll be making a few more holiday cards with this. I like to use a little bit of everything. I don't like to make one card and mass produce, but I have a lot of opportunities to try out different collections. You don't have to do that. You can absolutely mass produce, and I'll show you a card later that would be easy to mass produce. This is one of the stamp sets from the Spectacular Christmas collection. I'm using an older previously released Simon Hurley 3D embossing folder from Spellbinders that has these snowflakes. I'll link to it in the supply list down below. And I love using sparkle splatter on my snowy backgrounds. This is one of my favorite embossing folders. I'm so glad that it's still available, that I could use it in this video, because I have used it a ton. I think it's just a nice, subtle background, really pretty and delicate, and doesn't take away from the character on the card, which is that adorable bear. I'm layering the embossed piece of cardstock, which I cut down quite a bit. That cardstock is sea glass. I'm layering it on top of a piece of waterfall cardstock just to get a nice thin mat around the edge. And then I'll layer this whole thing on top of an A2 piece of white cardstock. Loving the double mat still. The bear fits really nicely at the bottom of that smaller piece of cardstock, and the sentiment popped up fits right above. This is just one of the cutest cards I think I've ever made for the holidays. I absolutely adore it. You know that I love this color combination for the holidays, so there will be more of these in my future. If you're looking for really, really simple, the Simply Made from Spellbinders is a set of rub-ons, but also some dies and an embossing folder. I have the die so that you can cut and emboss in one pass. I have the die taped into the embossing folder, and check it out. You get this beautiful frame. It's so pretty. I've cut it out of some gold cardstock, but it's not the metallic kind. I can't remember. I think it's brushed, but I will take a look and I'll link that down below as well. Then I'm folding an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock in half, and I'll trim that down so it's just wide enough to fit through my Platinum 6 machine. So I'll trim it down to about 5.5 inches wide. And once I have that, I'll place that into the embossing folder with the die taped into it. Now, I used a pretty thin piece of white cardstock, and I have the top of the die hanging over the fold, so it's not touching the fold, which means that the fold doesn't get cut. You can see at the top there, it is straight across, and all I have to do is put some tape runner on the front of this and then place my frame right on top, and you won't see that flat part of the card anymore, and it becomes a nice card base that is shaped. So once I have that done, I can cut out a rub-on from the set. I love this ornament. It's really beautiful. It's something that I'm sure some of you could color really beautifully, but for me, I like this really quick and simple sometimes. It's so nice to have a mix of both, where you're maybe using very delicate die cuts and then you're using these rub-ons. To transfer the rub-ons onto the cardstock, I'm using one of the dies that comes with that embossing folder set. And this is the rectangle that will fit inside the frame. When I run this through my die cut machine with the die taped in place, it's not only going to cut out the die, but it's going to transfer the rub-on onto the cardstock, which makes it so easy. You don't have to sit there rubbing until your wrist is sore. It's just the easiest way to apply transfers. I've also applied a sentiment down below so that I have both on this card, and then I just add a little tape runner to that. Now, this is much quicker. This is something I could probably mass produce if I wanted to, and you could just get a whole bunch of different rub-ons and they would all look a little different because each of the rub-ons is different. Next up, in time for the holidays, we have the Menorah Lights die and stamp set. I love these little sets. They're affordable. They come with dies and sentiment sets. So I love having that combination. It just makes it really easy and it's affordable. And I love seeing Hanukkah represented here at Spellbinders. So what I've done is I've cut out the interior and the exterior piece together, and I'm placing some craft tape on the back so that those little tiny pieces stay stuck inside. Then I'll die cut again, just the interior pieces, and I've cut them out of silver metallic cardstock. And then I'll just layer on top. This is sort of like die cut inlay, except I'm layering them on top instead of taking those inner pieces out and then layering them inside the outer die cut, if that makes sense. I've also cut out a different color of blue for the candles. Again, just layer those right on top. I don't know why, but for this one, I really liked that these parts were not sunk into the frame of the menorah. I liked that they were on top, and you also still get to see the color that I cut out that frame or background of, which I think is really nice complement too. So I have the flames cut out of gold metallic cardstock, and now the menorah is completed. And let's add one of the sentiments from the stamp set onto a background. So I have another blue. This is a really nice dark blue, and I've stamped and heat embossed with embossing powder the Happy Hanukkah sentiment. And this embossing powder is actually a sparkle embossing powder from Hero Arts. When I have a lot of the anti-static powder tool left on the card, I'll just wipe it off with a soft cloth, or even a tissue can work. I'll add some black foam squares behind the menorah and pop it up right under the sentiment. And it's on top of the playful stitched rectangle that I cut out and then adhered down to an A2 piece of windy Spellbinders cardstock. So lots of pretty blues represented here, as well as the silver and gold. And it's a nice, clean and simple card. I think it's absolutely perfect for the holidays. Next, I have another card that you actually could mass produce. So this press and foil plate is from the Paul Antonio Upright Italic Holiday Sentiments. Really beautiful calligraphy. I don't know if you've ever seen Paul Antonio do a video at Spellbinders, but he has come and shown different techniques, and oh my goodness, it is the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. And it's also just so relaxing to watch. I don't know why, but it's very therapeutic. So I use some spruce ink and the Better Press system to better press that Happy Holidays, and then I cut it out with a rectangle die. And I'll just place that on top of a larger rectangle die that I cut out of Dear Santa paper. This is from the 6x6 paper pad. And then I have one of those beautiful layered poinsettia stickers and a couple of die cuts and chipboard stickers to finish it off. So really, if you just better press everything at once, then die cut everything and then add some goodies on top, that's a really easy mass-produced card. I don't know about you, but it has been so hot here that I'm actually really enjoying staying inside in the air conditioning and getting a big jump on my holiday cards. If you want to do the same, I have lots more tips, tricks, ideas, other supplies that are available in a playlist called Get a Jump on Christmas, and you can find that here. As always, I want to thank you so much for stopping by and spending time with me today. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you again soon.